my Hebrew brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered all over the world. Welcome back. This is your YAHUAH ben Israel, and we just want to take this moment to thank you so much for your subscriptions. Thank you for your views and your comments. I responded to many of you individually, personally, and still have to respond some more. So please, bear with me as we make time to do this. Okay. Thank you. Last session we talked about the fact that it was like a roller coaster, different activities, different things going on around us, things that we have to take time to attend to, but YAHUAH is great, it's good, and it gives us the grace and everything that we need for this journey. So we just want to thank him for that. Thank him. My brothers and my sisters, there are times when we need to stop just asking, It's time for us to take some time off and just worship YAHUAH, just worship him, give him the praises and the glory and the honor, that is due to him, because he has been so good to us. He has been so good to us, my brothers and my sisters. And I tell you, as your YAHUAH, I can tell you this, that more and more, every day, every moment, I'm, just experiencing the fullness of YAHUAH in my life. And, when you make a commitment to him, he promises that he's not going to leave you. He's going to be with you. He's going to help you. He's going to supply your needs and so on. So we just want to encourage you to do that. I want to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, to try it. Try it. If you have not done that yet, try it. Just try him. You know what I always say? If I ask you to try YAHUAH and Yeshua, his son, and they disappoint you, just bring them back to me. Because you know what? There is no disappointment in YAHUAH. Our Elohim is great and mighty and powerful and is working on our behalf. There is no disappointment in him. All of the disappointment is in us, my brothers and my sisters. All the disappointment is in us. More and more I'm asking, I'm being asked rather, about our ancient history. And I was reading an article by David Tuesday. David Tuesday, Adamo, right? And the title of his article, I think it was a journal article, is teaching the history of ancient Israel from an African perspective. And so he started with the invasion. I mentioned that to you over several times. I talk about the invasion when Sennacherib, came in right around 701, BCE, before the Common Era. Is what the BCE means. And he took 10 tribes of Israel, northern kingdom, and he took them away. He took them away. Now, my brothers and my sisters, I want you to recognize the fact that over the years that we talk about 2,700 and something years now, okay, if the dates are correct. And some people say they were lost, but they, like one of my subscribers said to me that they're not lost, they're scattered. And this is what happened, they're scattered all over, okay? But he was asking the question, this author is asking the question about why is it that we're not getting more information, and in his abstract, he mentioned the fact that, ancient Israel in Africa, okay, and the fact that the importance of ancient Africans, to helping to tell the story. All right. When we talk about ancient Africa, we're talking about especially those coming down through the Abrahamic lineage through Jacob. Okay. And so, my brothers and my sisters, as we see today, like in Israel, it's a daily struggle for the Hebrew Israelite people. I'm not talking about just the Africans who came over trying to find, a life. I'm talking about people who are rooted and grounded. That the Sephardic people was ruler over them when those were left in the land to take care of the vineyards and so on. But today, if we have a full understanding, full knowledge of our history, we would spend more time trying to, bring our people back, directing our people back to YAHUAH. Many times what we know, what we hear is just fragmented, my brothers and my sisters. Just fragmented. And we don't get the real thing. But, the history, the ancient history of Israel, it should be taught. Verbatimly should be taught. And the way, it is understood today is that, we have some of what we refer to as the Euro-American institutions that, give a little bit a drop of history here, a little bit there, but they don't tell you the full truth, okay? They don't tell you the full truth, but my brothers and my sisters, if you get the full truth, you would understand, because the ancient nation of Africa, mentioned over 1,417 times throughout the Bible, especially through the New Testament. And guess what? A lot of those people that are mentioned there were not from Jacob lineage. A lot of them are like the neighboring cousins, our cousins, okay? A lot of the people were our cousins, like the Nubians, people that people of, Cush, the Cushite, I mentioned here, Egypt mentioned there, Ethiopia mentioned there, even though in Ethiopia now we have people who are descendants of the tribes of Israel. As a matter of fact, one of the tribes had been taken back to Israel some of the, no, I wouldn't say one of the tribe, but some of the people that have been taken back to Israel over the, more than 4 years now, they've had plane lift, and it was pushed by a Sephardic rabbi, right? And he knows. If nobody knows, my brothers and my sisters, our history, if no one else knows our history, the Sephardic people, the Sephardic Jews, they're supposed to know, because you know what? They were the ones who were there before they became converted to Judaism and start. They were the one there that were put there to be supervisors over the Hebrew Israelite people. Okay? So I want to let you know that even the regular African people, they have made great contribution, to the history of ancient Israel. They made great contribution, and we want to make sure we understand that. So do not allow anybody to fool you. Please do some reading, my brothers and my sisters. Do some research. No is a matter of fact. One time you want to learn something, you have to go to the library, right? And you couldn't get a real nice volume to read unless you join, because you know what? They will not allow you to borrow those books and take them out of the library. You'd have to read them there. But when you become a member, then they would allow you, some of the books that will allow you to take out. Today you don't need those books. Because you know what? Most of those books were written by Euro-Americans. And they don't tell the full story, but at least they give you a little hint about what was going on. But my brothers, almost everybody in the United States has a cell phone. And in the Caribbean islands, you know what? I've never seen so many cell phones in Jamaica. Everywhere you turn, one person had 2 and 3. You hear this one ringing up and they pick it up answering, and then that one start ringing. Use those cell phones, my brothers. And then most of them have datas on them. Just open up and ask questions about us, about our people. And you'll be surprised to know. If our people would just read, those information that is available to us, you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to go to the library. Just take your cell phone. You have computers on your cell phone. Take them, media, and just put in something. Ask questions about ourselves, about us, and you're surprised to see what answers you get. And that would help us to bring more of our people closer to YAHUAH. YAHUAH is waiting on us. He promised that he's coming back, right, to set up his kingdom among us. Well, my brothers, he wants us to work while we're here. He wants us to serve him. He wants us to go and to compel. He said, go out in the street, in the byways and edges, and he said, and compel them to come. Don't let them give you all kind of excuses. Compel them. When you compel a person, you know what that means? It's like you literally grab them by the hand and drag them, against me. You don't want to come. Well, you're going to come because I'm pulling you, I'm taking you. Of course, we're not going to do that in that sense. But, we're going to tell them, we're going to make a compelling witness for YAHUAH and share his love. Like that down in Israel today, right now we have a lot of marching and demonstration, because the white people who came in, the occupiers, they're telling the blacks, and the dark skin and the Nubian people, and especially the Africans who are coming in. They tell them that they must go back, they must leave, they must leave, they must leave. They don't want them there. No, that's not their land. It's our ancestors' land. But, we cannot stay there, okay? Because they have rules and regulations now that say, you have to be a citizen, and you don't, as a black person, you don't get citizenship easily in Israel, okay? So I'm encouraging my brothers and my sisters not to allow anyone to lead you astray, but you go do some research on your own and try to find out, okay? My time is up for this session, but I want you to be a blessing today and walk with the King. Shalom.